What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new episode of the Game Record Review. This is your fourth episode of our review over The Last of Us Season 1. As always, I'm your host, Keon, aka Mr. Chillzone, and I'm here with my co-host, Luigi.
What's up? That's loud as shit. I don't know why it was because it was at zero, but uh what's up, y'all? I'm back from yesterday, yesterday was a long one and I had just woken up before that recording, so I was hella sleepy. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Um but yeah, what's up? We're
I think
back.
people probably would look at you and think that you were probably high or some shit.
More than likely, that's usually how drunk or high is usually how I act when I have little to no sleep. But yeah. What's up? We got Raul today. Unlike
Yeah.
yesterday, we got
And as
Luigi.
always, we're here with our guest, the main host of the main show. We have Raul Alejandro
The
Mendoza.
Big Daddy, the CEO puppy, the Elon Musk of the nerdcore.
Oh God, no. God, no. What's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? I'm ready to talk about some Last of Us. Good episode this week, and
Very
yeah, it's
good
good to be
episode.
here with Keon and with Luis. Even though I just saw Luis like 30,
In
40 minutes ago.
person, not virtually. Go touch some grass, y'all. What are you doing following the game? Follow us, but go touch some grass at the same time.
Please, please, I beg of you, please go touch grass.
Go
Some
get
of
some
you are
vitamin D.
chronically online. You need
The
to
pandemic is
touch grass.
over. Even me, as an introvert, is
Jesus
telling you go get some
Christ,
sun.
dude, you guys have no idea. Like, bro, Twitter. I knew it was gonna happen, bro. I knew it was gonna happen. That's the reason why I tweeted it out last night. I said that the next 48 to 72 hours on
Uh-huh.
Twitter is going to be a clown show.
Yeah, because
Going to
PS5
be a
got
circus.
Hogwarts earlier, right?
Yes.
Fucking
Some
lucky
of you
ass.
listen, I understand the sentiment, but some of you are taking this way too far in the
What?
deep, bro.
Really, bro? You got to
You
retweet some of
need
those because I
help,
haven't seen any of those.
seriously.
Havana Kedavra.
I've
But
seen
anyway,
some. I saw a video of this one girl like crying. Like the chat made her cry for buying
yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy. Like it's like
Hmm.
wow. I'm like,
Well, I'm built different,
wow.
so I'd probably throw some slurs. No, I'm not. No, I won't. Chat.
No,
No,
no.
it
These are
was
different. These are different.
her boyfriend was playing the game, but I'm guessing
Ah.
she must have been like sitting behind him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
so it was just misogyny. That's different.
yeah,
That's not about the
probably.
game. Yeah, that's just misogyny.
So they
Yeah,
just
more.
redirected the hate of him towards
Yeah.
his girl.
It's a
Oh,
girl.
Hmm.
come on,
That's
y'all. Y'all are some
fucking wild,
assholes.
bro.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's
Stacey. Hope
it's
you feel
it's
better.
sad, bro. It's actually sad. Like that whole situation. Like regardless of how I feel, I was telling Louise, like
Mhm.
regardless of whether or not you play the game, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because if you play the game, then you're transphobic or what, and whatever
Supporting
label
a
that people
transphobe.
decide to,
Yeah.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
supporting transphobe.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And or if you don't play the game, then you're woke. So like you can't
Damn if I do,
you
damn
can't
if I
you
don't.
exactly. So you just do, you know what I'm saying? Just do what you feel like you want to do. And like, I don't know, don't make a big deal about it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tweet out, oh, I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy because fuck all of you. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do that because
Nah.
like I said, I understand the sentiment, but again, some of
It's a
you are taking this shit way too fucking far.
yeah. I'm pretty sure she had no relevancy to this game. Did she? No, I don't believe so.
I don't know. I think it's the
Um,
fact that she does make some residuals off this, like some money off of this. But
just
I'm
from the
not sure.
title, but I think it's not like a monthly thing. I think it was just a one-time deal of
yeah,
like, here, let's use the title to that thing
yeah.
and create this, right?
Hey,
But I mean, if I stream it and motherfuckers come in chat, you know, talking mad disrespect, I'm gonna add a fourth spell, fourth no spell, fucking Avada Glock, and see how that pulls out. Uh, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk
it's
about
crazy, man.
Hogwarts Legacy some other episode of the Game
But
Record. Today
yeah.
we're talking
Uh
about Last of Us episode 4.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get on with our review of The Last of Us episode 4. If you guys have not seen the episode and you care about spoilers, this is your sign to go ahead and get the heck on up out of here. And if you have seen the episode, then stick around. Um, we're going to be talking spoilers. Spoiler talk will commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That sounds like that's just a Key and P sketch for
Yeah,
Hogwarts.
Peel sketch,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just play the mobile knockoff that'll be out in a year or so. Legally distinct magic school.
For gifted students.
Yeah, that's just that's just the minority oriented magic wizard school. But yeah,
We
4.
all right. I meant to do this before we even started, but
What?
huh?
Oh, get the synopsis of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm. It literally slipped my mind, but
Yeah.
Okay,
so The
I'll
Last
let
of Us
you. Okay, you got it.
episode.
Okay. Mhm.
What were you gonna say something, Luis?
Oh, I was just gonna buy time for you to go pull it up, but no, you
Oh
got it.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Go ahead and buy time.
All right. I thought of another one. Avada Gat. That's a better one. That's a better one for a fourth no spell. Um,
Is it
yeah,
true that you
Okay.
can commit war crimes in that game?
yeah, you'll be able to
Yes.
use the spell, but a lot
You
of
can be a
it is
criminal.
speculation of like you'll be able to use it after you finish majority of the missions to learn it because you're still technically learning them. But yeah, you can use them. You can
Yeah.
follow the dark path,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna
All
follow
right.
it to the end.
Last of Us episode 4. Please hold to my hand. After abandoning their truck in Kansas City, Joel and Ellie attempt to escape without drawing the attention of a vindictive rebel leader. This episode was directed by Jeremy Webb
Mhm.
and wrote by Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin.
Of course. Is that it?
Does Jeremy Webb ring a bell?
Yes.
To me, no, but I don't know names. I know faces.
If I remember correct, I believe Jeremy Webb.
Downton Abbey?
Abbey.
Downton
Oh,
Abbey. Yeah,
Abbey.
I forgot it was fucking Downton Abbey.
That's the one. Yeah. It's
The
the-
Umbrella Academy, Masters of Sex.
Oh, he did Umbrella
And
Academy?
Life.
Oh, okay, so he has some good stuff to him.
The Punisher.
Yeah.
Yes, 3 episodes of The Punisher.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep. And
All right.
Legion, which Legion's done now, but Legion was so good.
Okay,
Which
so
one was
these
the one that
very-
was asked? The Marvel? It's
Huh?
off topic. Never mind.
So yeah, this episode we got to explore a different new character, a new character in the Last of Us universe.
Mm-hmm. Two new characters.
Two new characters, yes.
Mhm.
One of which who was actually the voice actor for
Mr. Tommy. Yep.
Yeah, in the video game, which is actually cool.
Cool.
It was something about him that I recognized. I was like, he looks very, very familiar.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell where I recognized him from.
I
And,
realized
yeah.
I knew the actor that was his character, the military guy. I knew he played someone in the game, but I couldn't remember until the interview where he was talking about like playing Tommy was cool and all, but having a part in the live action series was fun. I'm like, oh, it's Tommy. That's right.
So, but yeah. So this episode we got to explore more of the world with Joel and Ellie. At the same time, we got Stacy in chat. A new character, Daryl Dixon, played by fresh face, seldom clean, Norman Reedus.
I was honestly, Stacy, I was waiting for one of the lines while Joe and Ellie were doing something to just be hot diggity dog and just be Negan coming in with a bat. Look who we have here. If it isn't Joe.
So, yeah, we're just gonna get some thoughts on this episode. So,
Yeah.
Raul.
I've got to say though that Stacy, that's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pretty
that
fucking
episode
good.
did remind me of The Walking Dead.
Norman
Tree.
Reedus.
Is it? Oh man. So obviously a very different, another different episode here. Last week's episode was obviously, straight up, dramatization. We have like a love story and everything, and I was like, okay, all right, cool. So now we're kind of getting back into like what The Last of Us is like really known for. And of course, I really got to say something. It's absolutely funny that Ben Shapiro goes on about how like, well, episode 3 shows no zombies whatsoever. This is a zombie show, motherfucker. This episode didn't show any zombies either. So
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. But I like today. I like this week's episode. I hate that they ended it where they ended it, and I was like, oh damn, I want to see. I would like to see Sam, a little bit more of Sam in this episode, but I know that next episode is going to be a Sam heavy episode.
Yep. Also
So
directed by Jeremy, so both of the episodes
yeah,
were probably shot at once and then just split in post. But yeah,
I believe actually this last episode Jeremy, or was it this one?
no, this
This
the
one's the only
fourth,
one.
This one. This one.
this one,
Okay,
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeremy has next week's episode,
yeah.
and then episode 6 is Jasmila Zjabanic,
Yep.
really good director. Yeah,
I
yeah, that's
was
my
gonna say
homegirl.
Russian, but
That's my home. No,
you said
Speaking of
no
next
Russian.
oh
episode,
no, sir, no,
No
you're gonna
uh,
Russian.
you
What's
piss
up?
off some
speaking of
Bosnians.
episode 6,
You will piss off
that's
some
going to be
Bosnians.
Yeah,
uh
episode
yeah,
6.
speaking of episode 6, that's going to be premiering early
Right.
because Sunday is Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
So they're going to premiere the episode on Friday
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
what time? 5, you said?
All right, or no, I think it's the same
Or is it
time.
the same time? Yeah.
I think it's the same time.
same
Just
time.
moved
Yeah,
to
it's just
Friday.
gonna be on Friday.
Yeah, which is surprising, honestly, because it's I get it, I guess, from viewer perspective count. You know, like you want as maximum viewers as you
Don't
can.
want to compete with
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
to
NFL.
Super Bowl, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure this series might beat the Super Bowl in viewings. That's me. I don't know.
I would rather be watching Last of Us.
Yeah, I
but
would rather be
also-
watching
Yeah,
The Last of Us.
I'm
But-
not that interested in the game this year because I mean
Mhm.
it's Kansas City again, and fuck the Eagles. But yeah.
Oh, it's Kansas
Oh,
City.
for
What a
real? Oh,
coincidence.
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
what a
okay.
quinky dink.
That-
But
Yeah,
that's- that's
same
crazy.
time,
Anyway,
guys. Yeah, so
okay,
same time.
Okay.
Yeah, same time.
Perfect.
but
But yeah,
So
go ahead.
go ahead, Luis.
I was just gonna
No.
say, yeah, this episode probably filmed at the same time and then split off by Jeremy and Post, or probably like a HBO decision to kind of extend it. Because for me, even my recordings of Kansas City, like the whole Sam and Henry meeting them and the bandits in the city, that took like 2 hours, which normally my episodes like around an hour. So I was like, I understand why you want to split it, because you can't really tell their story unless it's in one go, or you perfectly split it off, because they left it on a cliffhanger. Holy shit. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but god damn, I was like expecting, they posted on Twitter, someone, it's like, it is confirmed that we're going to see Henry and Sam, but these bitches lied. They ain't show up. They got a cameo at best. They just showed up and fucking, bro, Sam. For those that can't see and are just audio, I'm putting the shush with the finger
Yeah.
over the lips.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this episode, first of all, last episode, because we were talking about Ben Shapiro, I have the tweet right here. It was really well produced, beautifully shot. However, here's the problem with Brokeback Zombie Farm. It's a zombie show, and there are zombies in this. There's no zombies in this entire episode. There are no zombies in a zombie show. Make that make sense. There's worth pointing out, it literally has nothing to do with the plot of the show. But it was a beautiful move. It's a beautiful stuff. But there was no zombies. I don't know, Ben. If you played the game, you would oh shit. We got a little spam bot. All right.
Hold on.
But the whole point of this show isn't about the zombies and whatnot. It's about the people and the journey of Joe and Ellie as the main character. We're not going to focus on that. The Walking Dead, I would understand. Why are we having so much discussion with people if it's called The Walking Dead?
Right.
Let me see some fucking walkers. Let me not get another season 2 finding a lost dead girl. But this episode was phenomenal. We get to see a little bit more warmth in Joe and Ellie. We got the joke books, we got the scene, and last episode I was kind of pissed that we didn't end on Alone and Forsaken, because it's been in my head ever since I finished playing that game. But we got it this episode, so I'm happy with that. And we got the whole magazine and the thing.
the magazine scene, man.
I would just say, I would say that this is probably my favorite episode so far. I won't even lie. Over the first episode, because we got the magazine scene, which was that you love to see it.
Yep.
Um, and also we got the new villain of the show, poor Shapiro, still hasn't recovered from
Explain what WAP is about. I don't think he's recovered ever since seeing a Magic Mike
he's
clip.
never gonna recover, bro. Cause
Nah.
it still doesn't happen for him. So
Nope.
yeah.
But
But
yeah.
yeah,
The,
so this is my favorite episode so far.
mhm.
Not only because like of the magazine thing, but then we also get to see, Joel starting to warm up to Ellie
Yep.
a lot more,
Yeah.
especially with the whole, the joke books, whatever. I literally went around my house and I said that to like that the diarrhea joke to like three people. Uh
None of
Yeah.
them laughed. None of them.
and none of them laughed. They just looked at me like I was crazy. But it was just
I can't say that to my family. They all speak Spanish, so it can't translate.
it can't
Yeah, it
translate.
That
doesn't
doesn't
translate,
translate,
bro.
not properly, no.
Uh,
Fucking
well,
sucks.
Yeah.
but yeah, we get to see Joel and Ellie. They wake up in the woods, and we also get to see we also get to see how Ellie feels about having to succumb to acts of violence to protect people she cares about. Obviously, she doesn't really act like she cares about Joel. She kind of you kind of see remnants of that.
Hmm.
You kind of see elements of it, but for the most part, you can see that she's kind of reserving herself until Joel kind of you know uh kind of opens himself up more.
Yeah, well, it's
Because
just technically opening because from what we see in the episode is like he fucking sucks at saying that it's okay. It'll be all
yeah.
right, but
Mhm.
it's like it's he tries his best to reassure that like what she did was necessary in the act of killing, but he can't pull that through. Which the directors and the showrunner Neo, the creator, he also explains that it's like in this world, Joe and like Ellie kind of seclude that emotional connection up until I guess the second part because I haven't played the second part. Um, but we see that, and then we see once Ellie committed the like just shooting the guy, she didn't even kill him; he was still alive. Joel finished him. We
Mhm.
see she went back in the hole and did tear up and cried and wiped off the tears, and then just went back into like, all right, well, so she has humanity. She's not like fully demented. She has that humanity. She's still a kid. She's still show wise 14 years old. It's not something that you would do fucking you don't see a 14-year-old actively going to do that.
Ellie, I once traveled with a toddler across the galaxy more well behaved than you.
I saw a fucking clip of the
Well,
Mandalorian being voiced over by the scene in the truck. It's like a spaceship with Grogu being that voice of Ellie. And then they edited Joel's or Pedro Pascal's voice of saying it's like a piece of shit Chevy and whatnot into Mando's voice. I'll find it. I know I sent it to Raul and like as other people, but I'll send it. It's fun.
let's chill out there though. Let's not go ahead and say that Grogu is more well behaved than Ellie. Ellie has not
Yeah.
committed genocide yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
Grogu
I
one
think
Um,
hundred percent did.
I think that point is when he got punched by the stormtrooper. He didn't take that lightly.
No, no, but like,
um,
if anybody who's seen Mandalorian season 2 knows what I'm talking about, guy, like when he goes to that planet with all the eggs, he eats mostly every single egg that is like every like just a bunch
yeah,
of babies. It's a bunch of babies.
yeah,
Oh, did he? Oh, damn, that's fucked.
yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
everybody's like, "Oh,
I
it's so
remember that.
cute." Everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's so cute." Fuck your cuteness, man. He just committed genocide.
Broke so many Geneva conventions in space.
he
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was wait, that's her daughter?
Whose?
Wait, Nico Parker.
Yeah,
Wait,
she's
she
daughter of something Parker. She's like a good a famous actress or something.
San I do not know how to pronounce her name. Um If you don't know who I'm speaking about, but Nico Parker is the girl
The
who
girl that
played
plays
Sarah,
Sarah. Yeah.
Joel's daughter in the first episode.
Hmm.
I did not know that. Now that I think
Yeah.
about it, she looks very similar.
I saw a TikTok about it. I was like, huh, don't know who you are, but that's cool to know. Um,
Yeah, I've seen her face before. I don't know how to
um,
pronounce her name. It's like Thandui Newton. I can't say that
Oh, I think I
properly.
know who you're talking about. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I did
Yeah,
not
I don't
know
know how to.
Nico.
I don't know how to pronounce her name either.
I'm gonna try. Hold on. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, so back to
Back
our
to
topic. So yeah, we got to see how Ellie feels about
hmm
committing acts of violence,
yeah.
and we also got to see that Ellie also reveals to Joel that Than
Oh, that
Thandy,
Thandie Newton, last big
the
girl, was in
last week.
Westworld. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thandie. I thought it was harder
Oh,
than that. Yeah, it's Thandie. What the fuck?
okay, okay. They surely spelled that shit wrong in IMDb then.
Oh, probably.
But yeah. So yeah, Ellie also reveals to Joel that it wasn't her first time having to
Mm-hmm.
commit an act of violence.
Mm-hmm.
And when asked to further elaborate on what she said that she didn't feel like talking about it. So
Yep.
obviously, it was something that was probably very traumatizing
I mean,
for her.
if you play the game, you know, with the spoilers in the game, we had a DLC that explains her whole scenario and situation with her
Hmm.
best friend, who was also her love. And in the game, she wasn't the one that had a killer, was she? She just died, or Marlene came through, or something. I don't remember the ending because I didn't record it. I played and immersed myself. But
I don't remember.
yeah, both of them got bit. So they were like, "Fuck it, let's just stay here." And then it just cuts back to like, Ellie bringing Joe back from the winter, uh, dead and
Hmm.
whatnot. But we might see in the next episodes that flashback of her probably of I forgot her name, the character that Ellie loves. But we probably will get to see both of them being banned for one, and then her transforming, and then to not leave her like walking around because they promised each other that they wouldn't to kill her, you know, or maybe even before,
Hmm.
who knows. But
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention we not only see Ellie's uh reveal of that, we also see how more open Joe is on like killing innocents and just killing in general. He's like, it's a necessity in this world, and we see it when he murders the fucking, I wouldn't call him a kid, he's probably a teenager, late teens, but the guy that was crying for his mom. Holy
Mm,
shit, dude, that scene
Oh
I
yeah.
think
yeah,
was the
dude.
most
That
impactful
was
for me,
yeah.
like switching up. I thought it was just playing the act of like, wait, I'm sorry, like, no, don't kill me, like, you know.
Hmm.
But no, he was actively like probably just following orders, even though he was killing Joe, like he was personal. But
Also, you notice how Joel in this episode when he did that to that guy. I think it was Brian. Brian was
Brian,
his
yeah,
name.
Brian,
Yeah. When he did that to Brian, he told Ellie, to
to
go back on
go,
the other side
yeah,
of the wall, so that she didn't see
what he
what
was about to
he was
do.
about to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When in the second, the first or second, I can't remember, when he killed that guard, he didn't care. Like he just straight up like just beat the shit out of that guard to death.
which card?
Like
In the first game, I
you
know
remember
in the first game, I
in the
remember.
first episode,
Oh,
not
in the first episode,
not
yeah. Oh, I thought you meant the game.
no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. In the first episode, yeah, I remember the card he beat the fuck out
Mm-hmm.
of.
Yeah.
But those are two different though. You can tell because the first one was fear of losing a child because he went back. That was PTSD and adrenaline just making him go for the jump and beating the guard. But this
Mm-hmm.
one, he was actively aware of what he was doing. This one, he was awake. He was knowledgeable. He was doing this, of course, for survival, but also it's like to for safety of Ellie, you know, like we can't have him
Yeah.
crying. But to
Mm-hmm.
hear this person that I with emotions I couldn't tell was a kid, but I guess from him crying for his mom means that he was. like for him hearing that and still doing it, damn, that's ice cold, dog. That is
Yeah.
wild because
It's
it went, yeah.
yeah, he just had to do what he had to do. But Raul,
Hmm.
uh, what are your thoughts?
I thought that was
Unlike anything. Really.
oh man, I thought that was a really impactful scene too.
Mhm.
Um, I wouldn't say he was like a kid. He might have been like
Yeah,
like
late
a young
teens, late
I'll
adult,
say
teens.
like
like
young
probably
adult, like
18 or
18,
19.
Yeah,
19.
around there. I mean, that's
Yeah.
still a kid to me now.
Well, it's still like a very like
You're
it's
knowledgeable at that point. You're in a world where you kind of grow up fast and whatnot.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even say that. I'm saying more of like it's a very like primitive kind of reaction. You know,
Mm,
you kind of go back to like being a child, and if you think about it, like if that person was 18, right?
hmm.
Like in 2003, like they grew up with this shit. Like they
Yeah.
didn't really have the chance at a
Mm-hmm.
childhood. So like I kind of read that as this guy being scared shitless, like he's going back to like being a kid, bro. Like he's just like, okay,
Maybe.
like
Yeah.
this is the first time I felt like fear in a really long time since
Yeah.
this
Right.
freaking thing hit.
Also, we find
Um,
out that his mom might be the leader of the group too, because
yeah,
the mom came out and like
Yeah.
checked them, and then
yeah,
yeah, that whole thing. But yeah, no, I can see what you mean with that. But having that, it's also like a thing of the line, the scream from. We never get that in any type of, or at least from the stuff that I've seen. I've seen like crying for a pleas, like for mercy and shit from people, like a protagonist killing an antagonist. But having that vulnerability of like screaming for your mom, that definitely it triggers something in you of like gruesomeness of like, and if you kind of reacted to it, that means at least you're human, because you're screaming for
yeah,
you're hearing someone scream for their mom, and two, it shows how non-human Joel can get when doing that.
yeah. Um, and I just like it's why and I know it's gonna sound a little it's gonna be a little off topic, y'all, but I mean it's why like when people were complaining about Hereditary back in the day about what's his name, Naked Brothers band guy, um,
No clue.
when that
Nick
Alex Wolf,
Jonas?
Alex
Oh
Wolf,
wait.
when
Oh,
Alex
Naked Brothers.
Wolf was like crying and he had this kind of like like that, it was like
Yeah,
to me it didn't bother me because it goes back to what I'm saying here. It's like he's a kid. He's going back to like what he knows best is like his mom, and
he
it's
was
like
also a kid there. What his
yeah,
character wasn't like 15 or 16,
kid.
so
The character is like in high school still, right?
yeah, it's like
But
Yeah.
but
yeah,
what I'm trying to say is like it's going back to like this like very like primitive reaction of this guy who's held at gunpoint in this episode, and it's like he's going back to just like my mom and
yeah,
going like at the end of the day like all of these people are just human, bro. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
every one of them are
And
just
it's
human.
sad
Well,
because it's kind of something you touched on. It's sad because like a lot of these kids, like we know that he was probably
born
he was probably
into
somewhere
after,
around like
yeah,
18, I'd say from the 18 to 21 range.
yeah,
Yeah,
And it's sad because you realize that like a lot of these people did not have a normal childhood
yeah.
no,
No,
because of the cordyceps virus. So like
hmm,
people, a lot of these kids grew up probably being trained by the military and shit, not being able to experience what it feels like to be a normal kid.
not just
you know
military, like your parents. Like
yeah, and
if
you're
my
right.
siblings and I, like we lost our parents in the zombie apocalypse, right, or quarters of apocalypse. I managed to get my brothers and sisters out and like that stuff. They're 11 and 10 or 12 and whatnot. One is already like a teen. I'd probably teach the 11 and 12-year old, one, to use a gun like Fedra did to Ellie,
Hmm.
but two, to also like pick up things to notify for like safety in your surroundings, using a knife, hand to hand combat, like stuff to protect them. Because as much as I'm probably a big dude that can hold my own against someone, if something gets me, what's there to leave them to protection, right? Except for themselves, you know?
and let's say this guy was 18, bro. In
Yeah,
2003, when the thing hit,
this is
he
20
was
years.
Yeah,
years old.
2
He
years
was
old.
2 years
Hmm.
old, bro. Wow.
Was it? No, because this is 2020. It takes place in 2023. So he'd
What?
be
2023.
born. He'd be born after it happened, like at least 2 or 3 years after.
That's right, 2023. If he's 18, what's it called?
It takes place
Subtract.
20 years later. So it was
Yeah.
2003
So
when it happened.
Yeah. So it would be he
yeah,
would be there would be some gap between the
that means
thing.
he was born in. Hold on. If he's 18.
Do your math, baby.
Oh my god.
Okay, if he's
Hey
18,
Siri,
so
23 minus
23 minus
18.
18. He was like
20,
5.
23
fi-
minus
Fi-
18 is 5.
5. Yeah.
5. Okay, 5.
Yeah.
That's still very, very
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
So,
in 2005. So he was born after the
Yeah.
outbreak happened. But
mhm.
still, it's like very early on, so there's still a
Bro,
lot of
that
freshness.
even
Yeah,
means no childhood in general, bro.
yeah, that means no
Yeah.
childhood in general.
Yeah.
No childhood was interrupted. He didn't have a childhood in general, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't have one at all. That's what I
Because
was saying.
that's
Yeah.
basically around the point when you start elementary school,
Hmm.
like all, pre-K, maybe,
He gets somewhat
or
cognitive
kindergarten.
too.
Right. So yeah, and it was, that scene was definitely very impactful. Um, so I wanna move on to
Hmm.
so what did you guys think about what did you guys think about what's her name? Kathleen.
I liked Kathleen.
Yeah,
The, the
yeah.
voice was a little
The
getting
voice
used
is
to.
weird. Yeah, you need some getting used to. It definitely gives off a little bit of a racist Karen vibe to me. It also gave off the drug lady from Euphoria, the one that's like
Yeah.
nice to her, but
Very
she said,
monotone.
yeah, very
Yeah.
monotone, no attitude having. Which is if the actress is doing that on purpose and it's not actually just her playing herself, just a little off. That's hats off to you because that's impressive. But yeah, the new character is pretty cool, as well as the military guy, which is I thought it was like a co-op. No, the military is just like the arms guy, the one that gives you tactics, your general. She's
Yeah.
the big boss. I'm like,
And
but
also, we know that these guys that showed up, like these military, they aren't Fedra and they aren't
no,
Fireflies. So
nope.
these guys are just like
They're
vigilantes
in
or
the
The
whatever
civilians.
militia.
you want to
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
she's another
militia.
militia.
Yeah, in
militia. Yeah.
the game
Mhm.
it says that they took over the you like the little notes and Easter eggs that you find. It was like they were preparing to take over the QZ because there was like rules that
Mhm.
they didn't like and whatnot. And we
Right.
get hints of this like when she's talking to that prisoner, the doctor that she killed. I was like, we took over. These people were like fighting. We have rights, and whatnot. But if she started all of that, that's a major carrying. That's like the carrying of the apocalypse.
And honestly, the way that she approaches the performance is even more scarier because I know that like Luis brings up like the drug dealer from Euphoria and
Yeah,
like she is scary. Like
yeah, she's scary.
Yeah.
that chick is scary, bro. Because
Yeah,
like the whole time you're kind of like thinking like, what is this girl gonna do to Rue? And it's the same
Right.
thing like in this show where this girl, this lady, what is she about to do to
it's
Joel and
the
Ellie?
monotone where you can't tell if they're joking or not,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
that's
especially
dangerous.
when she was in the container with him and she was asking, like, she put the gun to his head and she was like, "You really think I won't do it?"
Hmm.
And then it
Ooh.
gets interrupted because someone needed her attention or whatever.
Not just that, it was like, I'm your doctor. You need me, right? And it's
Right.
true.
That's
Right,
true.
you
Yeah.
do
For
want a
sure.
doctor in this case, but like as soon as she saw her son, which is what I'm theorizing that it was her son based on the reaction, because you wouldn't just be like, oh damn, he was young or whatever. Like she had a full out reaction to this kid dying. She went and shot him without hesitation, which is also scary because like we didn't catch that she's willing to do that in her tone of voice, but seeing it come in her movements and walking towards the prison site, that's when we see like, oh, she means business.
Hmm.
That's what's scary. Um, and then
But
the military dude too. Yeah, what do you guys think about
yeah, Perry. I think his name was Perry.
Perry? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because I remember I called him the platypus.
yeah, yeah. That's
But
what I was also thinking.
yeah, I was like, no way they named this giant bearded, this great bearded, like, I don't know. He looks strong. No way they named this dude Perry, bro. That
Yeah,
that that
platypus,
was
bro.
so funny. That was so funny to me.
yeah. You can switch it from Negan to like uh Gabriel or something. I don't know. Just so it's just menacing, bro. I can see him coming in saying hot diggity dog to Joel after he
I
finds him.
diggity dog, yo.
But Yeah, no, that dude. I mean, I get it. He's trained. He's definitely trained, which makes him dangerous, and also like being the right hand man to someone that's seems merciless. I'm like, all right, two new additions, and they play well. We'll have to continue seeing until episode 5 to get a full scope of their story. But yeah, for
Yeah, and we
introductions
also know that, of course, that they are looking for Henry,
and Sam
um,
now, yeah,
which is Henry. Yeah, Henry is him. So, that this is going to be very interesting to see how this next episode play out.
dude, yeah.
Now that we
Oh,
see that now Joel and Ellie have now
Yeah.
come in contact with Henry and Sam.
well, I
So,
wouldn't call it contact. I'd say they fucking
I
Joel
mean,
didn't wake
yeah, they
up.
got snuck up on. And
uh,
that was so funny because
yeah,
Joel, putting all sprinkled all that glass on the ground and still didn't end up hearing it cracking anyway when
yeah.
Yeah.
they came in.
I was like, that's definitely Foley because it's on carpet. That is a carpeted floor. I know my office buildings. You're not gonna hear anything. But I wonder why they were shushing them, as in like an act of like we have you, or is it like they're in the building or something's in the building? You know, we're gonna find out at the beginning of the next episode. But also, I also want to bring up, aside from the two new characters, those two new characters have a secret that we are gonna see next episode. There's a bloater and it's trapped underneath
Oh, bro.
rubber. I don't know if
Oh,
they
wow.
trapped it or if it was like someone that was dug up, and in lore it's like over they get plates over time or something. The longer they've been infected, but we get the it's fucking huge. It's fucking
Yeah.
huge, man.
I
This
and if, it's funny. That was odd coincidence. The guy who played Perry, not the platypus, played a role in the game
Oh
as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that wasn't a coincidence. That was full purpose. For they wanted the original cast in there. We're gonna see Tommy,
I like that
Joe,
they've been doing that.
Ellie. Yeah, I respect it. Yeah, because they made the game what it is.
Yeah, and
Um,
it shows a level of respect to like
yeah.
voice acting, and
Hmm.
it's like
Hmm.
how voice acting is just as valid and as
Oh
important
yeah,
As regular
as
because
yeah.
acting, yeah.
the woman who played Marlene, I forget,
She plays Marlene.
she auditioned to play Marlene in the video game, and she didn't make the cut. But now, yeah, she auditioned to play
She
Marlene.
was the voice actress for Marlene in the thing.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't.
She did the interview where she said, like, at the end of the episode, she did the interview where she said she auditioned for Marlene and they took
IMD
someone
gotta
else.
update that fucking game
Yeah.
stuff, because I remember seeing that she was the one. Um,
Oh, maybe she is in like the remake or something. I don't know because I
oh,
haven't
the
played it.
remaster version or some shit
No, because they did a remake like for
for
the
part one for
next
the
gen
PS5.
consoles. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah.
huh.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought they just made it visually better, not did the entire thing. Damn.
I mean I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
if they got like new voice actors and
kind of like what they
actresses.
did to Spider-Man,
Let
right?
me see. Let me
Yeah,
see.
exactly. Hmm. But yeah.
Marlene.
Click IMDb page.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He did voice Tommy Stacy. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, we're getting closer to being able to see the bloaters. And it's funny because I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about bloaters. Whenever I think of The Last of Us like enemies, I think clickers and runners.
Yep.
I don't know how I forgot about bloaters
Yeah. When I
because
think about
those were more
bloaters,
annoying than any.
I think
Huh?
about Left 4 Dead. When I think about bloaters, I think about Left 4 Dead. Those big
Oh
motherfuckers.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, disgusting. I hate them. I hate them.
yeah.
I hate them. But
No,
yeah.
no, it says right
So
here the only she played the same one. She's the only legacy actor from the original video games to play the same role in the live action series adaptation. So she is Marlene from the game.
really,
Yeah.
I remember. I remember.
She
That's
probably
and
heard her say when she auditioned for Marlene and got the part. And then she goes on to say whatever she was
yeah. I
saying.
probably misheard
Yeah, because
her.
I'm like, I searched it up just to make sure, because I
Yeah.
was like, let
Yeah.
me see.
Okay.
Because
Well, that
yeah.
makes sense.
Um, but yeah, she does having those old voice actors come back and play something new and original, it shows respect to them and their love for them. And even Ellie, the
Mhm.
voice actress for Ellie, she's not just a random character. She is the mom for Ellie in the series, which is awesome. Because we
Yeah.
never, from my understanding, we never got any lore from for her mom. She just kind of gave Ellie up or something, or maybe it's in part two. I don't know. Um, but it's nice to see. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if these two characters are going to be the big bad for the series, because we know after the college, or actually after Kansas City, um they're always running into bandits that are all linked, like they're following Ellie and Joel because of like killing their crew or whatever. And then we find out that the guy had sent them to find them and whatnot. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's gonna be Perry and Kathleen, or what was her name,
Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Kathleen, yeah.
Yeah.
um
Mhm.
but we're just have to gonna keep watching. But yeah, next episode is gonna be the last arc for the Kansas City arc. I don't know. It's looking hella good, man. I fucking hate it that they ended on a cliffhanger. I would have taken a 2 hour episode, bro. Make that shit a movie. I know Raul wouldn't because
I
he
really,
fucking sleeps early, but
I really would have like, and that's kind of my little gripe here. I'm not gonna lie. So I really would. I think 20 more minutes into for this episode would have really hammered a little bit of the pacing in here.
yeah,
But but that's me kind of being nitpicky. Like right now, I don't have anything that I don't like about this series. I think that they're doing a great job.
yep,
I just wish this episode the pacing would have been fixed a little bit more and like have just those 15 to extra 15 to 20 minutes.
yep,
Right.
yeah.
Those are-
I get that.
Um.
I have
But
so
yeah,
far I
if
have no
there
problem.
you guys have any final thoughts on this episode?
I love how the synopsis that you read said that they abandoned their car when they clearly it wasn't a fucking choice. They had that car
Yeah.
was wrecked. They fucked that up. Um, but yeah, I mean that I think that's all of it that I got. Oh, I have one theory. I think Sam might be Death, or Mute, or Death and Mute. I don't know. Because on some of the flashbacks and some of the stuff that they were kind of hinting at, like Kathleen and Perry, is that Henry is taking care of Sam, and we see a lot of like back and forth of like he might be disabled.
I definitely see that as a possibility.
That could be a good possibility, and it'll also
I
makes
mean,
like it'll make it more heartbreaking. But I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe it was just like a thing of like clickers around or some shit, or like the soldiers
yeah.
are there. But you know, they haven't showed us
I
a
mean,
clip. Those
that
fuckers.
yeah, that's an interesting theory, for sure. We'll just have to, we'll
Yeah, we
just
just
have to
have to
see
watch.
next episode.
Wait and see,
Is
bro.
there
4 days.
well, is there a runtime
An
confirmed
hour,
for?
an hour and 1 minute. So technically just an hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah, or
All right,
like
well, yeah,
probably a little less than an hour because of the credits and the interviews and whatnot. Um,
okay. All right. Well, Raul, any final thoughts?
Really like
Thoughts?
this. I like this episode. I love that we are starting to get more of the what's it called of just that relationship building between Joel and Ellie. I I love the part where she's like, I'm not even tired.
Yeah,
We
Max
take
said it.
it
Knock
yeah.
down.
it out.
Um, yeah, and I like this episode. I
Mhm.
think that they're working towards some really good stuff here. I can't wait to see where we're. Well, I know where we're headed, but I can't wait to see how they're going to execute where we're headed.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah,
like a
I
shot
I
for
would definitely
shot.
say my favorite part as well. Not only was the part when he was trying to siphon the gas, and
Oh yeah,
he was like, well, "You can go wait in the car," and she was like, "You know what? You leave me no choice." And then she brings out the joke book
The
and
joke book.
starts
yeah.
trying to starts trying to tell him all these jokes, and he was like, "You know what? I think
You can
Wait,
just
you
go
can
ahead
go
and
over there
you can
and
you
just
can go ahead and log off for me.
right."
go ahead and log
Yeah,
off for me, please.
and it's funny because the director Neil said that it was like him. He enjoys those fucking jokes. He's just trying
Hmm.
to hide it, and then he breaks and the thing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, when
I like
yeah,
to think Pedro is the one that actually broke, and they just kept it. because I feel like that's definitely Pedro Pascal's type of humor based on his interviews. But who knows? Yeah, it was just a nice tender moment and funny moments from the joke book.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love it, man. That shit was
yeah.
funny.
Same.
Shit was funny. Shit
Uh,
was funny.
That's funny.
yeah, but without further ado, that's gonna be go over there with those knock jokes. Yeah, but without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'd like to thank Raul for coming on to
I gotta go
the
pee.
review. And also from this point forward, spoilers will not be commencing.
I
So
mean, we're done. Don't you?
yeah, we're
Worry.
done.
We should just leave it at
So
that.
we but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Luis.
Yeah.
What?
I have to go pee, but thank you, Stacey, for joining. Sadly, the two people that were there, Mags and Tracy, weren't here. Sucks, but oh well, you live and learn. Can't wait for this fucking episode, especially because it comes early this week.
Yeah.
4 days, 3 technically, because
Yeah, we love
once
when
we knock
things
out.
come early.
Actually, you shouldn't, because that means you got weak game. But Valentine's is next week. We're gonna be probably coming on the day before Valentine's. I don't know. Are we still sticking to Monday, Keon,
I have no idea what's gonna happen.
for
Yeah.
the review, or we'll just set that date
Uh,
later on?
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
figure
figure
it
it
out.
out.
But yeah, thank you again, Stacey. Don't forget, if it doesn't hurt you, just don't shit your pants because it runs in your G, something like that, right? That's how the joke went.
God.
Uh,
God damn.
we'll catch you guys on episode 5. And don't let